is that we are the same. I was thinking and reflecting yesterday night. I said, what is the difference between the body of a mosquito or a tiger or elephant or a human being? Only difference in shape and the size. Otherwise, they both are made up of the same carbohydrate, protein, blood, etc. etc. Their body does the same work the way our body works.
That's right. And the behavior is not that different.
And yeah, and then you look at the life force. It is the same life force. It is the same breath. Only the number of breaths per minute changes due to the shape and the size. And then go a little deeper. It is the mind. The animal mind is the same. That is why we say we need food, we need a sense of security, we need sleep, and we need the power of reproduction. I won't use the word sex, but it is the power of reproduction.
Right.
So now, what is the difference between we as a human being and the rest of the living species? They cannot change, they cannot receive knowledge, they cannot act on knowledge. We have a choice to act on the knowledge, we can receive the knowledge, and we have never been doing so. And that is why we have a problem of fear, frustration, anxiety, conflict, confusion since the human came on the earth. We have a choice. They don't have a choice. Starting from the mosquito, elephant, and tiger, they don't have a choice. We have a choice. We don't exercise a choice. We do not change our mind. We do not change our behavior. We do not change our attitude, even when we can.
Right.
And that is the biggest problem of the human conflict, human suffering. Why we are not changing? That's another question our master asked and they answer. We may think our IQ is very high. We may think our emotional quotient is very high. Still we fight. Still we have anxiety. Still we have duality. Still we have stress. We have not evolved. We have a chance. We have a choice. We can take a right decision. We are not taking a right decision, and that is what we call the mental immaturity. We have a mental immaturity. We may think we are extremely extraordinary intelligent, but we are ready to fight, we are ready to react, we are ready to be in anxiety, we are ready to
Yeah.
be in conflict.
That's right. I've noticed that there are a number of people who are very intelligent. They don't have an emotional intelligence,
Yes,
and it's
so that is what
they
emotional,
don't have empathy. Yeah, some people, not all. No.
yeah. And even, even look at those highly intelligent people, they are running after the objects and things and possessions where peace and happiness are not there. Bill Gates,
Yeah.
he says that, I lived loveless life for 27 years. Come on, love is within you.
All right. Yeah.
Can you find love outside with anyone? Your pleasure is not satisfied because of the strong likes and dislikes, attachment and detachment. That is why you live loveless life. That is a sign of mental immaturity. Same thing happened with the Jeff Bezos.
With what?
Jeff, Amazon owner.
Oh, okay.
And same thing happened to one of my student here who said, everything I learned, he learned with me for 2 years, and after 2 years he divorced. He has to pay $20,000 per month to his divorcee wife. I asked him, well, you should have paid me. So, this sign of emotional and mental immaturity uh, is resolved by our masters. And they say that when the body, in terms of shape and size, is different, in terms of the life force, in terms of the contents of the body, it is the same in all the living species. Our mind can bypass the very nature of the animal mind. No living species can do that, and we are not doing it. We are running after one thing or the other in the world. We don't want to be in peace. We don't want to be happy. We don't want to be calm. We are telling a lie that I want peace and happiness in my life. And that is what, because Master says, because I do not understand. So there is a sense of misunderstanding. There are the wrong notions I carry forward in my relations, and even my relations with my parents, with my kids, with my friends, and we continue living in reaction, anxiety, and anger, which is nothing but the same traits these animals also have. We are gifted. Best part is that we are gifted by the existence, the intellect, which has a chance and that can make a choice. We are not making a right choice, and that is why we are suffering in our life. One wrong perception, take one example. No, it is my experience. So, how many years of experience? 25 years of experience. Very good. What experience you have? Every time you are moving into a desert, your experience that there is a mirage water. So experience is one thing, knowledge is different. Experience, my eyes says it is a mirror, water is there. Knowledge says water is not there. It is a phenomena with the sand and the sunlight. Experience is different. Knowledge is different. So Master says first, know it clearly. And where they come back, they say that who you are, who am I? And Master says, you are of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. No, but my experience says something different. So let us start the journey, understand the entire journey of the life, remove the wrong notion. If I do not think, how come the mirage water appears? Or a water, I see the water in the mirage phenomena. If I do not get the knowledge, I will live with the wrong notion. That is what people are doing. We say the world outside is responsible for my stress and suffering. It is my false I, guided and dictated by the animal mind. There is no sense of emotional or mental maturity. That is why we are suffering. That is why we are suffering. Another observation that our masters have made, that very existence has intelligently created millions of species so that they can function together in their lives. Mosquito, they created, existence created the mosquito, and they had put the intelligence there in the mosquito that you can lay eggs in the water and the reproduction can easily take place. I was watching the Discovery Channel, the turtle. You know the turtle?
Yeah.
The turtle travels thousands of miles in an Atlantic Ocean. They find a beach, and
Mm.
the female turtle, at the time of their reproduction, they go to the beach, they lay hundreds of eggs, and they cover it with the sand, and then they travel to their own native place. They forget, they don't care. Then what happens? You see the intelligence given by the existence to these, they lay the eggs. Now, one baby breaks the egg and comes out of it, and then that baby helps the other eggs to break their shell and come out. The turtle mother is not there, they don't care. And once all the turtle, baby turtle comes out from all the eggs, they are sure, then they start moving towards the ocean. Can we say that they don't have a free intellect? Our intellect is free. We can receive the knowledge, we can use that knowledge, we can realize that knowledge. Master says that knowledge is the real self, our nature. Our essential nature is full of peace and happiness. So we may reach to the moons. The stress is not going to be resolved. Suffering will not come to the end even if we go to the Mars. I have to go within myself to find out how I can start. First step to the mental maturity, and the second step to find out who am I, so that I can identify with that real self all the time to continue to think, speak, and act in the world in peace, in happiness, in love, and in wisdom. So now look at the other side of it. What happens when we have a mental immaturity? Our entire life is based on likes and dislikes, on attachment and detachment, and on the actions that we continue to do in our daily living for the sake of pleasure, not for the sake of peace and happiness. Every action is incomplete. It demands many factors. You go to the honey and you say to the honey, I love you. Honey says, this is not the time. Don't speak to me. So your action is destroyed. You don't have that sense of independence. Any action and every action. So what it says that because of mental immaturity, we continue to run our life based on likes and dislikes, attachment and detachment. So once we are attached to someone, we want to take an action, right action, with whom I am attached. I want to take a wrong action with whom I am detached because my mind keeps on thinking about it. sense of confusion prevails, the duality is there, reaction is there, anger is there, anxiety is there, and that creates a cycle. That creates a cycle in my mind about my perception about this world outside. That I have created a world around me based on my likes and dislikes, attachment and detachment, and I continue to work with support of my frustration, egoism, reaction, duality, conflict. So that self-created world due to the mental immaturity is what Buddha calls as a samsara. Samsara, one meaning of samsara is the world, and that world is the cause of the suffering. So because I created that world around me, that causes a lot of problem, and we do not understand. So you rightly said that not everyone is emotionally mature. Sometime I heard and I read also, genius is the form of insanity. What kind of a genius it is? If it is in the form of insanity. You are a genius, it means you are a genius to your own mind. You understand your own mind. How can the genius be in the form of insanity? That's a very famous proverb. Have you heard that? Genius is a form of insanity. So if a genius is the form of insanity, then it is better leave the mind on its own, live like an animal. So our masters have a different perspective. So there, one more thing that master observes, but I cannot do without action. I have to perform the action in my daily life in a waking state, or even the sleep is also an action. So the master says, in order to move from the mental immaturity to the mental maturity, I have to use the intellect to observe, to analyze many options, and then we have two choices. One choice is known as prayas. Prayas means what I like, what is pleasant to me, I will continue to do that. So, what I like, what is pleasant to me, based on wrong information and wrong experiences, I will continue to suffer. That is one choice in the intellect, and another choice is the Shreyas. Shreyas means what is right and good, not only for me, but also for anyone and everyone. I have to analyze, I have to find out what is right and good, not only for me, but for everyone. My mind says you are doing something wrong, and I react to it. Is the reaction the right approach? Answer is no. Why I react? Because I claim I am more intelligent than you. Why I claim that I am more intelligent than you? What is happening in the mind? It is the ego. Can the ego live the life in peace and happiness? Answer is no. But why I have that ego and why I react? Master says it is due to the ignorance. What is ignorance? It is due to the misunderstanding, error of perception. I gave an example of the mirage water. That is my experience. Blueness of the sky, it is my constant experience. But what is the knowledge? Knowledge says sky is not blue, water is not in the mirage. We always experience the earth is stationary. How can we deny that experience? We can deny that experience by getting the right knowledge. We all know the earth is constantly moving. Leaving aside those religious considerations, Those big priests and says, no, the earth doesn't move, it is stationary. Now we know it. So, where we know it? In the mind, in the intellect. So, when the intellect pushes the mind, don't remain mentally immature, know it. But why I cited those examples? I experience that I am the body, but I am not. I experience that I am the mind, but I am not. Then who am I? I am the pure consciousness only. Body is an instrument, mind is my instrument. So that is the journey of the Eastern wisdom. Every master talks about it. Let us close your eyes and we will start a brief practice. Eyes are closed, being comfortable. Settle into the comfort easily. Find out the most comfortable position of the body. Who is doing it? Intellect. How the animals do it? Unconsciously, habitually. They have a default setting. They don't sit or lie down wrongly. Every time they sit or lie down properly, our emotional mind or the mind, because of lot of impressions of likes and dislikes, they get the wrong position of the body. Look at from every point perspective. We don't use it. So using the intellect to be comfortable, looking at the entire body from the top of the head to the toes. When you look means you are aware, you feel, you experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Recheck that you are settled in a comfort. Then be carefree. What it means by being carefree, who cares? Who cares? The mind cares. Same mind. When the mind is immature, then its care causes more problem than the care. How to know that? We always start receiving unwanted, unwelcome thoughts in the mind. What should we do? We do nothing with those unwanted, unwelcome thoughts. We should not get carried away by these thoughts and feeling which enters into the mind uninvited, unwanted. But how to do that? You have to do nothing. Don't pay any attention to it. You hear the noise of the traffic outside and you're just aware it comes and it goes. Similarly, the thoughts come and go, let it come and go, that is all. Now, as we have been doing, we will continue our journey. This time, we will do it little deeper. How to deeper? So you look inside the forehead in the space. Very good. And when you see this space, mentally, gently say Om Shanti with the knowledge. Where is the knowledge in the Om Shanti? Om is my real self, pure consciousness. Shanti means peace. You keep on doing it. Om Shanti. Every time first you look into the space, you are aware of the space and Om Shanti. So that is what the mind is doing. What about the body? Body remain in the state of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. What about the breath? The breath we are going to change. What you do with the breath? So Om Shanti continues, body remain in the steadiness, and you start breathing from the chest. Continue, Om Shanti continues, breathing continues, body continues to remain in the state of steadiness. That is going to break the chain of emotional immaturity, those sense of anxiety, duality, fear, and the frustration. Continue. And stop this, do nothing. Experience the changes, but do not get carried away by the changes we experience. We may feel kind of freshness, calmness in and around the head and into the body, but don't forget to keep on dropping Om Shanti in the space inside the foot. And now start with the belly breathing. It's a little longer breath. You fill the air into the lower lobes that makes the belly go out long and deep. Continue. Om Shanti continues deep inside your mind. The breath continues into the belly. The body remains steady. We are using these are the subtle tantra techniques where it helps us to bring about the changes faster. Continue. And stop this breathing. Om Shanti continues. You keep on dropping deep inside the forehead in the space. Body remains steady. Again, you will discover and experience the changes. Let the changes continue. And now, Om Shanti continues, steadiness in the body continues. You start breathing both from the belly and the chest, the long, deep, and the hissing breath. It is long. First, you inhale into your belly. Continue inhaling into the rib cage. Then you exhale from the belly, then from the chest. And stop this breathing also. Experience the changes. We experience the changes, but at last, in the end of the journey, our goal is to have the right knowledge of who am I. So we did all the three breathing practices to help the mind to rise in awareness so that we can continue the journey withdrawing the mind within. That can also happen without the breathing. It depends on our journey. And now start breathing deep, silent, and slow. Check. Your inhalation is silent, slow, and deep. First into the belly, into the ribs. Focus. Om Shanti continues. And while breathing out, make the humming sound deeper, louder, and longer. See how the mind continues to drop Om Shanti with the sound of humming during exhalation also. Is it possible or not? Just check it. And stop this, do nothing. Just doing nothing. Again, become aware of the entire body from the top to the toes. You will discover sensation, relaxation, and stillness is there. Now we will take the mind little more deep. Look inside the heart. We normally symbolically say, move the mind inside the cave of your heart. Allow the mind to continue to move inside. When the mind seemingly stops, just drop Om Shanti. Check you are absorbed completely. Stay there in that state of absorption. When the mind returns with the unwanted, uninvited thoughts, again move the mind inside the cave of the heart. Keep on moving until you find mind seemingly stop. The moment it happens, drop Om Shanti, again move into the self-absorption. Now, physical activity, it is all a movement in awareness. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your Buddha palms. Place it in your eyes. Open the eyes inside. Bring your mind Bring both the palms on your eyes. Open the eyes inside. Bring both the palms down. We will share our experiences.
Okay.
How are you?
It was a very good experience.
Very good? Calm?
Most of the time, I kept all thoughts away.
That's really good. You are doing good. It was not happening regularly before, but now it
The
is
inner calm.
happening. Now it is happening. That is really good.
Yeah.
So, this is what happens in our yes, this is what happens in this journey. There is a constant and permanent state of the peace and the calmness. We are not carried away by any duality and a conflict. So that helps us to recognize and realize yes, this is
So
what it is.